Welcome to Real Money Talks. Real strategies from the moneymakers and the world changers that you can use to make millions, keep those millions, multiply your wealth, and build your team. Here's your host, author of 5 New York Times bestsellers, money expert on Dr. Phil, CNN, CNBC, The Street TV, Fox News, and The View, Laurel Langmeyer.
Hi, this is Laurel, and welcome back to Laurel's Real Money Talks, a podcast that talks about how to make money, how to keep money, how to invest it, and why use the team. We've been doing this podcast now for well over a year. Extraordinary followers from all over the world. And I actually have an amazing guest with me today, Dr. Stacey Cooper. She's from Canada. We met, had immediate connection. She has continued now to have me be her mentor, and I would consider her a friend. She's going to teach you how to have a much more friendly, healthy body. So, Dr. Stacey, welcome to Laurel's Real Money Talks.
It's my pleasure, Laurel. Thank you so much.
So, Dr. Stacey, we'll talk a little bit about you becoming a chiropractor, but really, as I've gotten to know you, you have nutrition books, recipe, you really have, a heart for people's health. So talk about, what had you lean this direction and use this as your cash machine, as we would say, as this is a money-making show. And for those of you listening and wondering, why are we talking about health? Well, because you got to have health and wealth both. And we're going to lean towards what does Dr. Stacey do in this time of COVID to change her business model and still, really come out on top financially, making money. So we'll start with kind of the health and then move towards your business model and what you did to change it, okay?
Excellent. Thank you so much, Laurel. In regards to health, what happened was I'm a fourth-generation doctor of chiropractic. My great-grandfather started the practice in 1912. So I have been practicing for over 23 years, of course, in a brick-and-mortar business. And my passion is health, and especially because I went through my own health crisis, which at the age of 33, it came to the point where I almost didn't see the next day. And what baffled me was even all the knowledge and education I had as a primary healthcare professional, I still didn't know what was necessary for me to avoid my own health crisis. And because I was spared that, and I'm still here today at the age of 52, I know it is now my mission to share with the world how they too can heal their health naturally. And that's what led me to writing my books and sharing the information, because people are so misinformed in regards to how their body functions and how to fuel it well. And diets don't work. And that's exactly what I teach, is how you get to fuel your body better naturally for better body function.
So talk a little bit about some of those techniques, because a lot of people say they do it. So what makes what you're, talking about different, and what a client would do, with you to create that result?
Thank you. Exactly. So what is different is this is not a diet. The reason why diets don't work is because in your brain, you have the reward cascade hardwired and built right in. So when you eat those stupid salads all week and you work really hard, and you step on the scale and you see that maybe perhaps the number did drop a little bit, guess what? Your cheat day is built right in because you were successful at that hard task of eating those stupid salads. Now you deserve a reward. So you eat the chocolate sundae. And that sabotages everything that you were trying to accomplish. On the flip side, you worked really hard all week, and at the end of the week, you step on that scale and you perhaps don't see what you expect. Maybe the number didn't move at all, or maybe it even went higher. Then you feel, what the heck is the point? None of this is working. Why do I even bother? And then you go and eat the chocolate sundae. So what I share is how you can swap out the bad fuels. I talk about your body like an engine. If you put diesel fuel in a gas engine, it is not going to run effectively or efficiently. And that is exactly what the North American diet is doing. When you swap out those bad fuels and put whole, natural, healthy foods into your body with the understanding as to how your body functions on the inside, which is what I share, this is when your body changes its outcomes. This is where you actually get healthy on the inside, metabolism increases, and weight loss is the result. So often people want to lose weight and think that losing weight will get them healthy. That is completely backwards. You need to get healthy first so your body can improve its function, and weight loss will be the added bonus. So this is not a diet. It's a lifestyle. and you get to have a cheat day every day. You even get to have chocolate cake. We just make it a little differently. It's so simple and easy and delicious.
So what is your first step? So someone comes to you in the end, just to your point, you said, get healthy first. What do you think the biggest misinformed things that people do to get healthy? I mean, is it lack of, and I'm not talking food now, right? Is it lack of supplements? Is it lack of sleep? Is it stress? Is it just complete kind of overall nutritional misunderstanding? Because, as most people get older, the metabolism drops, right? I think the whole world's getting, I'm going to say, unhealthier and heavier. So it's
Absolutely.
Interesting.
And in regards to the world right now, this is the first generation of children who will not outlive their parents simply due to obesity and the diabetic epidemic. It is unbelievable what people are putting into their bodies simply because that's what the food manufacturers are providing. And again, when you're not fueling your body well, that influx of sugar is the biggest component. And sugar comes in many forms, not just what you think to be white granular sugar, but wheat immediately converts to glucose, which is sugar in your body. Wheat actually spikes your blood sugar levels higher and faster than white table sugar. It's unbelievable. When that happens, now your pancreas has to crank out so much more insulin. So this is where the parts start to wear out, and it can't keep up with that influx. So this is one of the biggest factors in regards to what is happening in our society and population today. And this is exactly what my mission is to reverse. Because you can heal from diabetes. You can reverse that process when you change the environment you provide for your body. So in regards to steps about doing that, food is important, but just as you mentioned, Laurel, there are so many other aspects to your life that need to be in balance, which is the key. To eat well 100% of the time, if there's other areas of your life that are stressed, your body still will not function optimally. So just as you touched on, sleep is a critical component, and everything ties together. So in the sedentary lifestyle that so many are living, and especially right now, as during COVID, people haven't been able to get to their gym, there's still things that you can do at home to get moving your body. And so even though you can't get to the gym, so now you're exercising less, you're moving your body less, that leads to your organs and systems decreasing in their functionality. That also leads to hampered sleep patterns. Perhaps you're consuming more caffeine or unhealthy foods at home, which again shifts your energy levels. Caffeine stimulates cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and that ramps up your engine. You're like a hamster running on the wheel, and you don't come down to that resting idle to relax and rest.
So let's kind of switch to the money side. I mean, clearly you have a clinic, people come in, you provide hands-on treatment as well as other health, nutrition, etc. COVID had you move online. So talk about some of the transitions. I think those who are listening that are in service-based businesses could really benefit from some of the things you've done to go online. And just have to acknowledge, you've been to our virtual meetup and marketplace and you actually won twice, April and May.
I did.
In making the most money. Literally, I think the last May event, you were over $3,500 made. I don't recall what you made in April, but talk about that. I mean, and congratulations for continuing the transition.
Thank you. And, that's such an opening venue for me because, yes, I've been in practice for over 23 years in my brick and mortar business, seeing patients one-on-one. And it was brought to my attention. I'm sharing the same information over and over with my patients because they're hungry for knowledge about wellness and nutrition and lifestyle and how to get their body functioning better, not just through chiropractic. And because I was saying the same things over and over to different people, that light bulb went off that so many others want this information too. So build it once and sell to the end of time, as they say, and that's online business. So I created lifestyle balance solutions. And during this pivot, traffic did slow down in my practice. We are an essential service, but it was only emergency and acute care. So traffic did slow down. So not having multiple sources of income would really have put me in an incredibly difficult situation. But because I had Lifestyle Balance Solutions online, I have programs and products and mentoring and group coaching and all of those things where others can come into that community, learn how to heal their health naturally, support my business, I can support them, and we all grow together. Because without your health, anything else that you're trying to create or develop and the wealth that you want to have, if you're not around to enjoy it, what's the point? We have learned now through COVID that health is the number one commodity that you cannot put a price tag on. And boosting your immune system naturally is essential to maintaining your health and being productive. And so coming to the marketplace with Laurel and that community is an incredible tool. It's like being fed from the fire hose. The teaching that is given at that event blew my mind. But it was so practical. And we took the time right there on the spot to implement it and practice it and rehearse it and get good at it, get great at it, because the techniques that Laurel teaches isn't what we're taught anywhere else. Her thinking is completely different, which is phenomenal, because if we were already doing what Laurel was teaching, then we would already all be successful. But obviously that is not the case. And that's exactly where I was. Not as successful as I knew I could and need to be. But coming to the marketplace completely shifted all that. Yes, I had my online business, but still I wasn't approaching it from the direction that Laurel suggests, which flipped everything on its head in a great way. And that's how I was able to step into the process, do the ask, tell, ask, and win 2 months in a row.
Yep. So what are some of the things? So clearly, and those of you that are listening, if you are interested in our virtual meetup and marketplace, we are doing them monthly, where we are teaching you exactly what we taught Dr. Stacey, which is how do you go from offline to online and make money. Like literally, you will learn to make money. So we teach you the funnel, sales techniques, your offer, your pricing. You can go to Millionaire Maker Store, millionairemakerstore.com, right there at the top. It's only $97 to attend. But talk specifically about your funnel, because I think, those that are service providers, especially in the health industry, you obviously came up with a great offer. So what was your offer, your price? And let's talk a little bit about how you modified from that offline, I'm going to say $40 adjustment, $60 adjustment, right? I mean, the limitation, especially in Canada, that you can do as a chiropractor to what you've been able to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly the point, right? One-to-one service, there's only so many hours in a day. And that's where I was shown the golden handcuffs, right? No matter how busy I got in my office, there's only so many people I could reach. But taking it online, now the population is seemingly endless. So in regards to a funnel, and a lot of healthcare providers or others that provide a hands-on service may not even have any idea where to start with. So what I will share with you is start with what you're already doing multiple times a day. Just like I was sharing the same information over and over. So I created a simple free guide called 10 Down in 10 Days. Those are 10 simple steps. So it's a white page, just a free guide where they can opt in. This is where you can start to build your list. So this is step one of the funnel. The only cost to the client is giving up their email address, their name and email. And that helps you build your list so that you can then communicate with them. You can love upon them. You can send great content and value to them. And then you can make an offer to them down the road. So building the know, like, and trust factor. And then with that free guide, on page 2 in my funnel, I have an offer for a $7 mini course. So that's 10 videos that coincide with the 10 steps of the 10 Down in 10 Days guide. And so they can step into that, and there's lots of bonuses. They get a copy of my cookbook as a PDF in there as well, and lots of other accountability tools in there too. Now that they're on my list, they will receive emails to nurture them, to share with them how to sleep better, how to, there's so many topics that I speak to in regards to healing their health overall, naturally. And then I will invite them to my free web class, which is interactive. They can ask questions. And that's where I share about my next level program, which is the Creating Your New You.
What do you think was the biggest learning for you? I mean, just coming from, again, offline, 4 generations, a real specific process to now online. What were some of the learnings you can share with the audience that's listening who thinks, oh my gosh, I can't sell? 38 million people are unemployed right now. They need to figure out how to come online. What were some of the things you've really, that were kind of challenging to learn, but now that you know them, you're like, oh, I got this.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the first things that, I stepped into was my mindset was I was working with a mentor. They had some great tips and procedures. And my words to him were, I was going to implement his tools. I was going to market my practice differently, and I was going to get busier in my office. And it was my husband who said to me, you need to do this. You need to get online. There is billions of people available there as your audience. You need to step into this. And thankfully I did, because only 3 weeks later, I severed my finger in the wood splitter. And as a chiropractor, that's not a good thing to do. Meaning I was at my kitchen table and had 4 months to create my online process. But it doesn't take that long. When you have a team that supports you and they've already been there and done that, it's plug and play. So working with a mentor is absolutely the key. There is nothing you need to create yourself. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. You just simply need to connect with those that you resonate with, that you're on the same page with, and those that have been there and done what you want to accomplish. That's the key, so that they can lead you. That was one of the biggest things.
Talk about having some of the marketing and sales, we're online. Talk about not only just me as a mentor and our community, just what that provided for you, number one. And then I'm just going to have you, I know you've said it, but just more specifically, the value of a database. I mean, I think every call I go to now, it's like database, folks. And,
yes,
what you've seen, because now, you have an international and growing database versus just a Toronto-based database, and the monetization
exactly
is so valuable for you.
It's been unbelievable, because when I first created my products, of course, it was just my patients in my local community that knew about it, because I didn't know how to market and I wasn't connected. But stepping into Laurel's community, not only through the marketplace and meeting new people from all over the world, because it wasn't just Americans and Canadians that were attending, it was a global community. And the partnerships that develop there as well, you will definitely find people in your same niche or complementary niche where you can work together and support each other in your businesses. And affiliate programs are fantastic. So if you do have something created, or if you don't, you can step into somebody else's product and share it with your community. And you can earn that way if you don't even have something yourself yet that you can sell. But coming into that community and being exposed to database is gigantic, because that is leveraging the relationships that you're building with those that you're working with. And then it's just that spider web. It just blankets everywhere, right? 6 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon. Now you can connect with so many more people simply by connecting with one who is well connected. And that explodes your reach. It explodes your audience, and therefore it increases your income as well.
So what's your next thing, your next project, right? You've already produced one book. As you've moved online, I mean, are you seeing yourself balancing out your online, offline, moving more online, creating another book? What do you see coming soon?
What I see next is another book in the works. I'm also in the process of developing my week-long retreat, which will be held in Costa Rica as soon as we can get there. But I've already developed the whole outline for that. So that will be a high-end, very closed community retreat for a week, and definitely continuing my online business, because that's where the world is transitioning to, especially as we have all been at home recently. So everything has shifted online. And sharing that has really brought communities together and people together. And it's an incredible, easy tool to use to get your message out globally. And, it's wonderful being in my little community at home in Brantford, Ontario, just southwest of Toronto. And it's great having, the people and the patients. But in today's day and age, that's not enough to make it. you need to have multiple sources of income. And when you have a funnel and when you build your funnel in the way that Laurel teaches you to, with your free guide and then your low-level course, and then you build it up to warm up the relationship, those that buy from you continue to buy from you because they fall in love with you more as you provide more great content and more service to them, and they will definitely want to work with you. So scaling up that funnel to the high-end mastermind, it's a brilliant model that just helps your cash machine hum along beautifully.
So if people want to learn more about you, do you have a free chapter, an offer, some consultation, something that they can do to get a hold of you?
Absolutely. The free guide, you can find it simply at 10down10days.com. And it's available there as a free download. You can check into my community, and I'm on Facebook as well. You could just go to my page, Dr. Stacey, just DrStacey, and that's my page on Facebook.
Awesome. And those of you that are listening, again, we always direct this podcast to AskLaurel.com. So at AskLaurel.com, you can sign up for our Millionaires in Training Facebook group, which we have started during this market awareness beginning in March, headed into COVID. So just hours and hours and hours of endless financial education and just things to do to not only survive, but to thrive through this. Also go to the MillionaireMakersStore.com. Again, $97. We're going to be doing this virtual meetup and marketplace monthly. And again, what's different about it is it's live and you get to make money. So some of you listening say, well, Dr. Stacey's kind of captured the market in the last two. Well, the only way you get to repeat is you become an affiliate, which means you bring 3 more people. So are you planning to bring 3 more people and win next week too?
Absolutely.
I knew you would say yes.
I'm all in.
Awesome. So it's great to have you on Laurel's Real Money Talks and have you here. I'm sure you will be back as you continue to grow and monetize and make money. Those of you that are out there that are in service-based businesses, start following what I call model companies. And it's really critical where people have pivoted. I don't know whoever made up that word. That's like a new word everybody's using. But really transitioned your business completely online. Maybe I'll see you again on stage. I think we're planning sometime in November to be in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. But until then, and hopefully before then, I will see you, but talk to you next week. Those of you listening, again, go to MillionaireMakersStore.com, click on the $97. Join us at our Meetup and Marketplace where you will learn to make money. And we'll be back with more ideas on this podcast on how to make money, keep money, and invest money. Talk soon.
Thanks for listening to the Real Money Talks podcast. Your host has been Laurel Langmeyer, author of 5 New York Times bestsellers, money expert on Dr. Phil, CNN, CNBC, The Street TV, Fox News, and The View. Want to learn more about off-Wall Street investing, tax strategies, and multi-million-dollar business strategies? Visit liveoutloud.com/podcast for past episodes, show notes, and resources. For some special wealth-building gifts only for Laurel's podcast listeners, visit liveoutloud.com/podcast gifts. Do you have a burning question for Laurel? Visit AskLaurel.com to submit your question, and it may just be covered on a podcast episode. So stay tuned and be sure to subscribe to get new episodes every week.